with the adults.
I'm Corinne Riper.
I'm Pete Gang. And I'm Stacey Young. We're group number 3, and we chose our client as the National Pan-Hellenic Council at Cal State Fullerton. Just a little bit on the background of the NPHC is what they're mostly known as. The purpose of the NPHC is unanimity of thought and action as far as possible in the conduct of Greek letter collegiate fraternities and sororities, and to consider problems of mutual interest to its member organizations. So it's a collaborative organization that consists of the 9 historically black sororities and fraternities. Locally, the MPHC at Cal State Fullerton has been encountering some problems. It was chartered less than 5 years ago, which is some of the background of MPHC. So it's a fairly new organization at Cal State Fullerton. And now there's about 12 people on the roster with 5 people who actually participate, and those are the 5 people on the executive board. The client situation is that there's a lack of recognition on the campus and low participation numbers. The MPHC wants to be a more stable force on CSUS campus, but feel they cannot achieve this goal at the current pace. MPHC stays connected to the community. Some of the target markets would be the potential members, which you don't have to be black to join one of their organizations, but most people are black, and so there's only 3% African Americans at Cal State Fullerton, so they do have very low recognition when it comes to all the students here. Another thing is entertainment, because they participate in step shows, and also they serve in the community through community service events and outreach events. The client structure is that they are independent sororities and fraternities in a collaborative council, and they must work together to achieve success. There's an executive board, a president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, and historian that report to the Greek life coordinators and ultimately the dean of students. So when we first sat down with MPHC, they came out with a very detailed list of goals that they would like to achieve. So I'll just go through them. There's 6 of them. The first one is the National Pan-Hellenic Council would like to be a recognizable and respectable force at Cal State Fullerton. MPHC would like to be seen as Greeks in the eyes of other Greek faculties and/or students. MPHC wants events to be campus-wide and to represent Cal State Fullerton. They want MPHC and its respective organizations would like the school to do a better job of giving potential members information regarding MPHC. They want their annual MPHC Step Show to be a major event at Cal State Fullerton, and that it puts MPHC on the radar. And they would like more people to be educated and informed of the organization. So I have a little video that I found on YouTube, actually, that the Daily Titan did for last year's Step Show, and it gives you some of the details on their Step Show. It's the event that we focused on that we felt like would really help MPHC achieve their list of goals. So
this institution has been changed because Cal State Fullerton MPHC. This institution has been changed because Cal State Fullerton MPHC has brought stepping to campus. The art of stepping was popularized by the MPHC Council. Their overall purpose is to display the creative abilities and the distinctive themes of the respected Greek organization.
Basically, what this started off was our MPHC week for 2009-2010, our first annual Step Sisters and Step Show for Cal State Fullerton MPHC. We've never had a step show on this magnitude. We've always had yard shows. So it helps us to get out in the community and just show people what we're about. We're only 3.5% black on this campus, and for us to have 8 of the Divine 9 here, that means something. It's history in the making.
This event is bringing a lot of people back together from their old years. I'm not saying people are old, but we have people from fraternities and sororities from 1972 in the house, representing, full-on judging, and some are also participating. Step shows are a creative and unique form of artistic and musical entertainment.
The show was really great and amazing. The Halloween theme was very exciting, and everybody's coming out with such creativity outside the box.
Again, this is the first of many shows to come. Reporting for OC News, I am Kershana Fitzhugh.
okay, so that was a video from last year's Step Show, and as you can see, it it was their first one, and with the YouTube videos and the reporters being there, they wanted more recognition, and at the end it was saying like more step shows to come and more recognition to come. These are some of the pictures. The step show passed on the 28th, November 28th. These are some of the pictures that I gathered from it. So, yeah.
And then I will be talking about our clients' problems. Although the National Pan-Hellenic Council is renowned throughout the whole country, their charter at Cal State Fullerton has lost recognition because it's a charter of less than 5 years, and they always encounter problems of with lack of acknowledgement and participation. And some of the problems that they encounter are that since they're such a new charter, they have a lot of competition with their other charters to be a recognizable force. They were also often seen as Greeks, or not seen as Greeks in the eyes of other Greeks in faculty. And although their events were really campus-wide, not a lot of people knew about them because their methods of promoting and PR tools weren't effective. And they also felt that their communication was not at the level they wanted it to be because there was always confusion within the council and misunderstandings between council members.
Alright, and that leads us to communication, or basically how they communicated. When it did occur, which wasn't too often, it wasn't really too efficient. So there were internal problems with communication within the council, between members. As she was saying, there was confusion when there were tasks to be done. There were people doing work that was already being done, so obviously communication was a shortfall there. Also between the sororities and other fraternities. For example, there was one event that was supposed to take place in October, and it was a game night kind of thing, and it was a Jeopardy theme, and it actually did not receive much attendance because of the failure of communication to external forces on the campus and all that stuff. So even, like I was saying, externally, as you heard, they are dealing with some issues, I guess, with administration and not being recognized as one of the actual Greek sororities or fraternities on the CSU campus. Also, there's just not a lot of communication to the target market, which would be the students here at Cal State Fullerton. So that's a bit problematic when you're trying to bring people in. A lot of the communication problems, I think, were included in the organizational climate, or were a result of the organizational climate. They had very limited staff, as she said before. I'm referencing a lot. There are 5 people that are actually handling all the official officer positions, and there's actually not a whole lot of work ethic, unfortunately, in this organization. So things get hard to do when there's limited staff and not a lot of resources in that aspect. So.
Okay, so our recommendations for the council was we recommended that they talk with the head advisor of their organization and also on campus advisors about putting a plan together, especially for next year, so the step show can be a good event, about like what they want from them and what the council wants from the advisors and vice versa. Also, with communication, we said that the council should talk with their internal members to see who really wants to be involved and also make a plan through the council to better the positions and make sure they have clear responsibilities. And also communication through the sororities and the fraternities. It is a two-way street. The council is there to promote all events that the 9 fraternities and sororities are doing, and with that same sense, the sororities and fraternities should be promoting the council because they have meetings and all sorority and fraternity members are accepted to go to these meetings. We also recommended that the publicity for the step show should start as early as possible in the year. It should be publicized at the beginning of all the events that they have, and it should be, they need to start putting flyers together towards the end of this year so they can have those ready for next year. And we also recommended that they set a meeting up. The council is at all colleges, and actually the step show at Cal State Long Beach is one of the hugest events that they have. It brings in around $100,000 a year. Their step show is really, really popular. Like, everyone at the campus knows it, whoever they are, and it doesn't have to, they're not all just in the council or the sororities and fraternities. So we said that they should set up a meeting with their council members so that they can ask them what they use to advertise, what's their tactics and tools, how they started. I believe they're in their 12th annual step show, so they've had a lot more experience, so they can learn what they should do here.